We're back again, and you're seeing the title screen of this game again because it's time to try the other game mode of Kirby's Dream Course. For getting all gold medals in the regular courses, we are awarded with the chance to try Extra Mode, and you can also see there's level select available on the title screen as well. Extra Mode is a really good idea. Anything that adds more content to the game is a good idea in my opinion, but it's kind of sort of a semi-disappointment in that all of the extra courses are basically, they have the same level geometry. Like, you'll see that the terrain is the same, all the barriers are in the same locations, but the obstacles and enemy placement is very different. We have a tornado ability right here for this first hole, which is probably going to lead to an easy hole-in-one. Pretty easy shot to make. Just gotta avoid taking the Gordo. Yeah, it's very simple. So even though the extra courses in this game, they come up with some really cool level ideas, interesting spins on old stages, but, you know, there's nothing really stopping them from making 8 completely brand new courses. I've ROM hacked this game. There's no reason they couldn't have made all of the holes with completely new terrain, but I guess they were running out of ideas. This looks like it could be an easy hole-in-one, but it looks a little tricky considering where that hole is going to wind up if we take this path. It's right there on the very top of the slope, so we have to be very... Oh, okay, I didn't use Tornado after all. Man, that was a close shave, though. I don't think just anybody could know how to make that shot right away. So 2 holes and one's already... Oh, they're teasing me. There's a UFO up there right away, huh? Well, unfortunately, if you go for the UFO, I don't think there's really any way to get a hole-in-one. I think it's actually impossible to get a hole-in-one here. I don't know as much about the extra courses as I do the regular courses. In fact, all of my playthroughs of the extra courses were semi-blind. So let's see what strategy I ultimately went with. Of course I want to keep the UFO, ultimately. So I didn't really know what I was doing here. I guess I wanted to position myself for a good chip shot at the UFO. I'd say about 75% power, and then we just have to get into the hole. So it's good that, like, you might have thought that the UFO and certain other abilities were not shown to their full capacity. I think the extra courses do a good job in like letting them get more screen time, I guess, or air time in case of the UFO, because it flies. So let's see, what do we have here? It looks like we're going to lose the UFO because there are 2 enemies with an ability, which is kind of unfortunate, but them's the breaks. So this is a really easy hole-in-one with the UFO. At least that's what I thought, because, you know, if you have another ability, then you really can't stop the UFO wherever you want, because the B button, which stops you, is also what activates your ability. So I had to get a little creative and use the warps and Gordo and spikes to my advantage, because, you know, hitting a spike or a Gordo might damage you, but it also gives you a little speed boost at the very least. So that was a very interesting way to get a hole-in-one, and for the first time ever, we see a hole-in-one give you an extra tomato. Which, yeah, I don't know why I'm pointing that out, but... Alright, so it looks like we handled this hole the same way we did before, only in reverse. Pretty simple. I just hope I don't do something stupid like hit the rim of the hole or something. Nope! Another hole-in-one. Jeez, it's like I'm getting the lowest score possible on the first course on the first try? I guess you couldn't count it as the first try. Let's see what hole 6 has. Hole 6 is probably going to be very different. Oh yeah, it does look very different. We're gonna have to take a different approach here. Though, actually, I think the same hole-in-one method from the regular course will still work. Which is another kind of criticism I have of extra mode, the way it's handled in this game, because, you know, I don't want to use the same strategy again, but for certain holes I wind up doing just that. Oh well. So, I guess same strategies before. Hit the warp, get the first enemy down there, then hit the warp, and then you have to time your high jump. And it looks like this time I'm going to make it... No. Okay, the hole-in-one train is over. Looks like I had to get a little more power out of that somehow, but the high jump does fix your speed. So that's a bit of an issue. Oh well, hole 7. What is hole 7 going to do? This hole had water, so it's probably got a freeze enemy. Oh, what do you know? Oh, this looks a little dangerous though. We have to, for the hole-in-one, I guess I went with a little backspin for this one. Hit the freeze enemy, and hopefully land in the hole. If we went too powerful, then we might miss it. No, we missed it, and I bet it was due to the freeze ability making me slide more. Oh well. Kirby adds yet another groove to his collection of grooves earned for hitting the rim of the hole at high speed like that and slamming into it. Can you imagine if Kirby just came out of this game with, like, the scars of having hit the rim so many times? Okay. I gotta admit that hole 8 here is really crazy. We've got a fireball, there's a needle ability down there. So, like, it's a bit of a puzzle. What do we do here? Well, let's see what we do. I mean, I don't quite remember what I did here. Oh, I fireballed into the warp. That's interesting. And if we make it all the way up there... No, there's not enough speed. That's unfortunate. But that was pretty interesting, though. So, yes, Fireball does work through warps. Wheel actually works through warps also. Anyhow, that's the end of Extra Course 1, but we're also going to do Extra Course 2 in the same video. 2 courses a video, for now. That's gotta be a gold medal, though. Like, I don't see how 12 shots could be anything but gold. Yep, gold medal. So Extra Course 1 was kind of... in my opinion. It's too similar to the original. But that last hole was very interesting, I think. That would have been fun if I'd gotten the hole-in-one somehow. I don't see how I could have. By the way, if anyone's wondering what the round thing means on the ranking screen here, that's how many attempts you've made at the course, which means this must not have been the first time I tried it. Anyways, on to Extra Course 2. Extra Course 2. What do I remember about this one? Well, I suppose we're gonna find out. Maybe it starts with a UFO. I know the first hole has flying enemies. Now, see, this is what I'm talking about. This hole... I guess it could be a little annoying to try and hit both flying enemies at once, because it seems like the height on the first enemy here is a little lower than it was originally, but now... yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it back to the hole for a hole-in-one. But it's not that much different from before, so... I don't know. Well, that's the first hole down. Let's see here. Hole 2. Oh, this is going to be good. Hole 2 has a fireball enemy. Boy, oh boy, what do we do here? Well, it was difficult to work out what you have to do. Well, not what you have to do. I don't know how they intend for you to complete some of these, but let's try getting that fireball with a little backspin. Slightly off course, and fireball in the air and bounce on the tree. That's interesting. I can't believe that actually worked. I bounced on the tree. It can be really hard to... Hole in one? Seriously? Wow. Thanks, Wispy Woods. You were useful again. Wow. I recorded this like ages ago. Months ago, so I don't really remember everything about it. But using the fireball to bounce off the tree, that was very interesting. You can never tell with Wispy Woods what direction you're going to go in because, you know, you can't really judge the hitbox, and the line guide certainly won't help. So what did I do for this hole? Oh, I fireballed it. Welcome to Pinball Central. It's like I'm playing Kirby's Pinball Land, only it's Dream Course and it's just... Did you notice for a moment there that the turn tiles were, like, stopped so that you couldn't even tell they were there? So I have no idea why I pinballed this one. I guess it looks kind of neat. One wonders how you get a hole-in-one. Maybe it's just a matter of finding the exact correct angle. So that was fun. It's fun to mess around with Fireball. What was hole 4 again? Hole 4 was where we saw the wheel for the first time. Interesting. Okay. So now you have to high jump up to a stone power. Okay then. I'll play your game. I am playing it already. Looks like we don't even need Fireball. Okay, that's good. Pretty easy hole-in-one. My question is, however, how are you supposed to get up there if you lose the high jump ability? I mean, I don't think anybody would lose the high jump ability, but what if somebody did? There's no warp up there. They're not thinking about that kind of thing. Oh, if you thought a hole-in-one was impossible before. What do we do now? Okay, I guess I'm gonna use a curved shot. Something like this. Because as soon as we use the freeze power, then we stop curving. Oh wow, I barely got the high jump ability there. Okay, so this is gonna be a 2-shot hole. Not bad. Not bad at all, but although the sand might be a hindrance. Will this work? Just barely, it did, alright. That's good. There's 8 shots in. I don't know what the... What is this? Oh, okay, so it's an exact clone of... Again, this is not much different from the regular version of this hole. I just have to backspin onto the warp, and hopefully I have enough speed that I can pick up the wheel power. So let's see if that works. I guess high jump just to guarantee that I'm on the warp. Okay, that works. Now, let's see if I get the parasol movements correct this time. Because this is really hard, actually, maneuvering with the parasol. I undershot it last time. Oh, please go in. Oh, I overshot it by just a teensy bit this time. Come on, you guys. Have mercy. I guess it's easier to make that shot this time around. Hopefully that doesn't cost me the medal. Okay, so there's no Gordo, just a Kracko. This is harder how? Like, I guess you have to account for the timing with the Kracko, because Kracko's lightning actually occurs even during the little cutscene, sort of, where the hole appears. And I used the parasol there because I was scared I was going to overshoot it completely and wind up out of bounds. That would have been even worse. So, assuming the requirement for the gold medal is 13, we're going to need a hole-in-one. And it doesn't look like it's going to be that difficult, based on my... Why did I overshoot that? Oh, I needed enough speed to get up to the top of the hill there. Otherwise, it would have been really hard. Oh, I hope this works. Parasol into the hole? Yes! Alright, that's gotta be worth a gold medal now. So that is the first 2 extra courses, and I can tell you that if they don't look that crazy, they probably don't look that crazy, but at least they're getting the rarer abilities more screen time. But they do get pretty interesting, I would say, in the later parts of the game. Like, extra courses 5 and 6, oh boy. But for now, we have 2 gold medals on the extra courses. I think I've said it already, but if you get all gold medals on extra mode, then you just unlock more level select and, what, sound test? It's not that interesting. Anyhow, that's it for extra courses 1 and 2. Next time, extra courses 3 and 4.